The California State University Maritime Academy, Cal Maritime or CSU Maritime Academy, formerly known as the California Maritime Academy, is one of 23 campuses in the California State University system and is one of 7 degree-granting maritime academies in the United States and the only one on the West Coast. It is located in Vallejo, California. The university offers 6 different bachelor's degrees and 1 master's degree, but no doctoral degrees. History. The California Nautical School was established in 1929, when California State Assembly Bill No. 253 was signed into law by Governor C. Young. The bill authorized the creation of the school, the appointment of a board of governors to manage the school, and the acquisition of a training vessel. The school's mission was to give practical and theoretical instruction in navigation, seamanship, steam engines, gas engines, and electricity in order to prepare young men to serve as officers in the American merchant marine. By 1930, a training vessel and a school site was acquired. The original location of what would become California Maritime Academy was California City, now Tiburon, California, in the San Francisco Bay Area. Due to the Great Depression, the early days of the academy were full of financial uncertainty. As early as 1933, some state legislators were calling for the school's abolition. In order to save money, the cadets and instructors alike lived in held classes aboard the training vessel, the T.S. California State. Only after the passage of the Merchant Marine Act of 1936 did the funding for the academy stabilize. In 1939, the California Nautical School adopted the name, the California Maritime Academy. By 1940, the academy was granting Bachelor of Science degrees and Naval Reserve commissions to its graduates. This step marked the beginning of the transition from the status of trade school to college. In 1943, the academy moved to its present location in Vallejo, California. In the 1970s, after surviving another round of budget cuts and calls for the academy's abolition, California Maritime Academy became a 4-year institution. The 1970s also marked the time when the first minority and female cadets graduated from California Maritime Academy. In 1996, California Maritime Academy became the 22nd campus of the California State University system. The new affiliation improved the academy's funding prospects considerably. The current training vessel is the T.S. Golden Bear, and is the 3rd training ship to carry that name. In September 2015, President Cropper proposed a campus name change before the California State University Board of Trustees from the California Maritime Academy to California State University Maritime Academy. It was approved. Superintendents and presidents. Since the passage of the Merchant Marine Act of 1970, the position of president of the California Maritime Academy is commissioned as a rear admiral. Upper half. In the United States Maritime Service, 2 past presidents are alumni of the academy itself. R.C. Dwyer replaced by N.E. Nichols due to Navy requirements for regular Navy officers to be in charge of Navy-owned ships. Early World War II, superintendent and master became separate positions. Edwin C. Miller appointed interim superintendent October 1971 to July 1972. On February 27, 1975, the title of superintendent was changed to president. Quote, training ships, academics, degree programs. Cal Maritime offers 1 graduate and 6 undergraduate degrees, all of which are tied to a nautical curriculum. Rankings. Money magazine ranked California Maritime Academy 82nd in the country for value out of 736 schools. It evaluated for its 2015-2016 Best Colleges ranking. In 2016, Forbes ranked California Maritime Academy as the 516th best university in the nation and 95th in the West. The 2016 U.S. News & World Report College Rankings lists California Maritime Academy as 8th in the category Regional Colleges, West. Quote, according to a study by the Equality of Opportunity Project, the California Maritime Academy had the best results of any California college in helping transform students whose parents were relatively poor, bottom 20% of the income bracket, into adults who are relatively wealthy, top 20% income. Within a decade after graduation, 85% of poor students eventually became relatively wealthy. However, only 6% of the students came from poor families. Corps of Cadets. California Maritime Academy is the United States' only maritime academy on the West Coast. It is also the only university on the West Coast that requires all undergraduate students to participate in the Corps of Cadets. The only similar program on the West Coast is at the Junior College New Mexico Military Institute. Since maritime academies comply with Title 46, Part 310 of the Code of Federal Regulations, students are referred to as cadets, required to wear uniforms, and utilize a demerit-based disciplinary system. Participation in Navy Reserve Merchant Marine Training Program is no longer required, but cadets still utilize Merchant Marine Navy-style uniforms, customs, and traditions. Based on academic majors, cadets are organized into squads, sections, divisions and companies which regularly muster in morning formations multiple times a week, as well as stand watchers on campus and aboard the training ship. Military options. There is no armed service obligation attached to graduation from the California Maritime Academy. However, financial aid and additional career opportunities exist for those students who choose to participate in any of the several military programs available on the CMA campus. Coast Guard Auxiliary University Program, Maritime Academy Graduate Program, Navy Merchant Marine Strategic Sea Lift Officer Program, Navy Reserve Officer Training Corps, Marine Corps Reserve Officer Training Corps, Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps. Athletics. Athletics teams at California Maritime Academy are part of the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics, NIA, primarily competing in the California Pacific Conference. CalPAC. Men's sports include basketball, crew, cross-country, golf, rugby, sailing, soccer and water polo, while women's sports include basketball, crew, cross-country, sailing, and water polo. The name of the intercollegiate athletic program is Keel Haulers. The women's sports teams are informally known as Sea Hags. The Keel Hauler mascot was chosen as Cal Maritime's athletic mascot by cadets in 1974. The name taken from a form of corporal punishment that was formerly used in the Dutch and English navies. Keel hauling involved tying the hands of a crew member to a rope and hauling him under the keel of the ship. While the practice of keel hauling was formally abolished in 1853, the keel hauler lives on as the official mascot of Cal Maritime Athletics. Cal Maritime has a long history of athletic activities. Before it joined regular intercollegiate athletics, sports teams from Cal Maritime usually played military teams from local bases. In the 1970s, Cal Maritime began to organize its sports under intercollegiate guidelines, and the student body chose the keel hauler as the academy's mascot. Until then, The Academy's teams were known as the Sea Wolves. During the 2004-2005 academic year, the women's basketball team was formed and now also competes in the CalPAC. Cal Maritime's rugby program was started in 1998 and gained varsity status in 2001. Rugby was at one time the school's most successful sport, going undefeated against Division II opponents in home matches from 2007 to 2010. Cal Maritime's rugby team has been nationally ranked in college rugby, won the Pacific Coast League's Western Division Championship in 2009 and 2010, and was the runner-up in the 2012 championship of the National Small College Rugby Organization. The Academy's sailing team captured the Kennedy Cup, the National Collegiate Sailing Championship, in the fall of 2009. That victory earned it the right to serve as the U.S. representative in the annual Student World Yachting Cup Championships in October 2010 in La Rochelle, France, where it placed 5th of 14. In 2012, the varsity 4+ of the men's crew team took first place in its event at the head of the American Regatta. It beat teams from UC Davis, UC Berkeley Lightweight, Sacramento State, CSU Long Beach, Humboldt, St. Mary's College, Sonoma State, and University of the Pacific. At the 2013 WIRA Championships, the men's pair placed second out of 16, while the men's novice 4+ placed 6th out of 19. Also in 2012, California Maritime Academy added a men's cross-country team that finished 5th out of 8 teams in the CalPAC Conference. In 2014, the California Maritime Academy added a women's water polo team. See also: United States Maritime Administration, United States Service Academies, Maritime Academy, United States Merchant Marine, Senior Military College. Notes. Official website. Official CSUM Athletics website.